All right, this isn't very glamorous at all. I was hoping I could fall asleep in my lazy boy while watching people talk about Star Wars Force Awakens. But I gotta just give my 2 cents. Hopefully, it'll make me fall asleep. So, part of the reason why it's 3 in the morning and I'm not asleep is I took a little LSD to go see the movie. I haven't had a psychedelic experience in a while. I was due for one. I'm glad I did it. Um, but and I was really looking forward to fucking Star Wars. I actually didn't want to go see it until I had some psychedelics because when they were hitting hyperdrive, I wanted to be right there with them. Um, but yeah, so $20.87 plus tax for IMAX 3D. Okay, no big deal. Uh, got a great seat, and God, those fucking glasses. I mean, look at my glasses. I could wear these things all day, and it's fine. All right. Well, for some reason, iMovie cut me off, but all right. So where was I? Oh yeah. So I didn't want to see it, you know, without being able to blast off into a galaxy far, far away, long time ago. So let's get to it. Those fucking glasses. First of all, those glasses suck ass. They were fucking annoying. They're always annoying. They don't fit right. They're curved wrong. The plastic is all sharp and edgy. But let's just get down to it. So, audience kind of felt like, well, we have to see Star Wars. We're not excited to see Star Wars. We're like, have to see Star Wars. And the movie, it kind of felt like they made it, because it's Star Wars. Like, they didn't make it because it's a fucking great story to tell. And right away with the opening credits, I had a friend say, well, I don't think I can go see it because I'm not caught up. I didn't see episodes 1 through 3. And I was like, well, what's there really to know? I mean, uh, evil has the evil, has triumphed as the Empire. Uh, the rebels, uh, you know, strike back. Fucking Jedi comes in. They win the day. That's the 4 through 7 pretty much. 1 through 3 was all is good. Jedi's are around, and then they all get slaughtered, and that's how the Empire comes up, and then the Jedi return, and it's all good. So how in 20 years does it all go to shit? How the fuck does it go to shit so quick? And right in the credits, the fact that it was done, and like people weren't going crazy, and you see the iconic lettering come up, and yeah, that was like the dumbest, shortest thing ever. Like the Leia is the president, okay. Luke is missing, okay. Like, well, what happened in 20 years? Why couldn't they have just said, with the Empire crumbling, Darth Vader defeated, peace restored to the universe, the rebels rebuilt, blah, 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 blah. But in the rebuilding, uh, there was a disturbance in the Force. And, the Jedi, who was Luke, he disappeared. And this Force got stronger. They never really, that could have been kind of detailed in there. So then you have, like, the fact that fucking President Leia, it's her kid who is the bad guy who he's seduced by the light side. That was so dumb. And okay, here's the biggest thing in the movie. Okay, it looked awesome. I'm totally in love with the girl. She's awesome. I fucking love that, the clone stormtrooper takes his helmet off and it's a young, youthful black guy. Rather than, the old joke when Darth Vader takes his helmet off, it's crusty old white guy. Turn the tables a little bit. And I love that, he could be the Jedi. I mean, how else can you can't wield a lightsaber unless you're a Jedi, right? Right? Pretty damn sure that's part of it. But if Luke had a fucking daughter, where's the mother? Who was the mother? I think that would be important enough for like this kid to not been stranded on a fucking desert planet where one of the heroes of the fucking great resistance and the most famous ship in that battle is a a piece of junk that some pawn shop guy fucking owns, and that's their 20-year-old bratty son or whatever. It's the cousin. They're fucking cousins. That's kind of stupid, but the biggest thing was they didn't tell a new goddamn story. Han Solo walking out to his son on the gateway. Why did it have to be a fucking gateway? Why did it have to be like a Death Star? Why did it have to be one that's so big and can rob a plant, a sun, and yet nobody fucking knows this? How is there still a resistance when they fucking won? Turn off, you stupid screensaver. When they've won, there were no like, and then the enemy. Why does what's his name have to be? How is he in charge when he's obviously such a fucking little bitch? He's still seduced by the light side. He's had all this training, not only from Luke Skywalker but also from whoever this fucking villain is, and yet he gets his ass handed to him by, first of all, a runaway fucking clone. He's able to put him down, but he's still, Finn puts up a good fight, and Finn, has no, from what I can tell and what you can see in the movie, like, he has absolutely no battle training at all. He kind of looks like he woke up when that first scene happened, when he was, it's like, wait, huh? I'm supposed to do what? And yeah, good fucking molding. From the day I was born, I was planning to do one thing. No, I don't even know what that one thing was because you're not very good at it. Killing people, fucking being a soldier, fighting. All the soldiers seem to suck ass. Stormtroopers, all that gear that they have, one blaster to them and they're down. What the hell's the point of all that? They just rushed wait. There was no like quiet times. There was no down times. There was no time to see the villain be like a real villain. Like real villain. That was the problem with the first three. I mean, the first one, Darth Maul, if he's such a badass, why the fuck did he get his ass kicked so bad right away? If the Jedi were so badass, how'd they all get slaughtered so fucking easily in like the one fight you see them in? They're all just destroyed. And if Darth Vader is so awful, why even, have him be a decent little kid? Why even do that? Love is the only thing that doesn't cause any pain at all. So, it wasn't his fucking love for goddamn Padma. That had nothing to do with it. The dark side. He should have been, I'm sorry, Anakin Skywalker should have been like a fucking kid who was really polite but in public, but in private he was, pulling animals apart. Just out of curiosity, morbid fascination, and then when he's told as an adult that this is okay to do, and there's a lot of good fucking mojo and doing this shit out in the public. You'd think that would make sense. I mean, in A New Hope, Darth Vader is so badass the whole time. it makes sense that Obi-Wan does not win that fight. Obi-Wan hasn't fought in so long, he doesn't even want to fight. He's terrified of Darth Vader. Why? Because Darth Vader is that evil, and he builds it up. And then you get this great fight in an Empire where, the good still doesn't win, even with the reveal. And then you finally get the win. This one was just like, dude, I mean, like, the planet dividing is all that did it, and the fact that, this villain is a fucking spoiled, bratty 20-year-old. And I mean, that was so obvious to see. I mean, they knew Han was going to get killed. Of course he was going to get killed. And Mark Hamill, I mean, the man, his acting is known and has been known and has been praised and has been so important for the last 30 years on his voice. And he didn't even get to speak in the movie. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And you need to develop. You've got this little scavenger girl. Like, she shouldn't be able to all of a sudden do these things. It makes sense with with Finn that I liked. That he just said, well, it just made sense to do the right thing. It was the right thing to do. That's fucking awesome. I might green screen some stuff in the background. But it was just retread shit. It wasn't a new fucking story. It didn't have any kind of new arc. If there's gonna be 3 more movies, like, this one needs to be like an arc. Like, fucking Luke doesn't even go. I gotta look this up, but Luke doesn't even go find Yoda until the second movie. And he spends all his time there. Right? Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't even. I mean, they needed to save her, Rey or Rhea or whatever her name is, going to find Luke Skywalker. Okay, they haven't been able to find Luke Skywalker. Where is Luke Skywalker? If only we could find Luke Skywalker, everything would be fine. And all they had to do was put, like, this piece of the puzzle in that piece of the puzzle, and that was it. That was such that, and then they're there. It was so fucking. Like, he really looked surprised it took that long. I don't know what was on his face, other than his broken nose. His surprise that it took so long for someone to fucking find him, or that or the look of a father who's abandoned his child, and all of a sudden his child is standing in front of them, being like, "Yo, we gotta talk." And J.J. Abrams. He may as well have called the movie J.J. Abrams. Directed by J.J. Abrams. J.J. Get J.J. Get the fuck over it. They could have taken advantage and written a whole new thing. And all people really have talked about is, how there's no fucking stupid CGI. There's no bad cinematography and directing. Okay. There isn't. There's some kind of half-assed, half-baked sequences. The whole first Millennium Falcon thing was that was just so stupid. It was so stupid. That was just so dumb. What a fucking anticlimactic to nowhere thing. I mean, it was a good joke. Why does everyone want to go back to Jakku? Why are we spending so much time on Jakku? Or why do we have to leave Jakku so many times to keep coming back to it. Why didn't they just stay on Jakku? You know, I understand, they're trying to do Tatooine. They're trying to they're trying to bring it all back to what we loved while apologizing for the things we didn't love. All at the same time, when what we loved in the original movies, we as a fucking culture loved in the movies is it was the emotional it resonates with us emotionally as people who have family, who are young and coming into their own. There's the call to adventure, the denial of the adventure, the acceptance of the adventure. That there's good and there's evil, and told with great characters that we got to know. The characters had time to develop. There was downtime. I mean, it was a quick little fuck you of when the little chess game came up, because that was like a thing in the first movie. The first time you're on the Millennium Falcon. They spent a lot of time on that, just talking and being around each other, and it wasn't boring at all. And it really made you care about the characters, and it made you understand that they were on a journey. Like, I can't even remember these fucking people's names. Like, what was Ben? They named him Ben? Ben is the fucking villain? Ray? Finn? I only remember Finn because they named him. What was the pilot's name? Popo? BB-86? BB something? I mean... C-3PO, like, do you remember me? He's like, honestly, it's only been 30 years, 20 years. And who knows how long Han and Leia have been apart. Obviously, it's not that long since their kid isn't that old. And it hasn't been that long that Luke's been, I don't know, it was just dumb. And Carrie Fisher she looked too happy to have a job than trying to portray that character, Leia, because it made no sense who Leia was. I mean, she may as well have been the freaking chick on Walking Dead and who's the mayor. May as well have been her. She's dead anyway. Just another fucking character gone, because that's what that show is about. That show is about death and misery. Star Wars is about hope and love and good over evil. And I don't know. This is dumb. Why'd they have to do another fucking Death Star thing? It just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense that they would just not know about it. It's First Order. Who the hell is this? Who's what? Gollum? Gollum's back. And aren't they in a galaxy? Aren't they in a galaxy? They're not in like many galaxies, right? They're in a galaxy. It can't be that hard to when you've decimated an empire to like really stay in control and not be a bunch of flea-bitten varmints like the Resistance was. I've already talked longer than I thought I would. Like I'm actually gonna fucking release this to anybody. But yeah, meh. It didn't have to be that way. It didn't have to try so fucking hard to give us something familiar and apologetic at the same time. And all they had to do was just take us to a whole new thing. Take us to a whole new thing. Wouldn't it be sweet that everything's great? Wouldn't it be awesome to see the downfall in this first one, rather than I don't know. This is dumb. Yeah, now Ben can be all evil like his grandfather, his hero, because he killed his father. and now he's been cut up a bunch. He's gonna need robot repairs. Um, you know, if being machine really made you evil, then why are the droids so freaking important and so adorable? And C-3PO with the red arm thing. I'd rather like experience that red arm than have that than have it be just an offhanded comment. Why the fuck do we need to miss out on so much? Um, it really doesn't make any sense. I mean, they could have easily done with this first movie, like picked up right when they're rebuilding and them having kids, and then like, there's some kind of bad thing, or you see, the cousins, they're getting older, and Luke takes his nephew to start training with him, and then you start to see some of that bad stuff. He's polite in public, but he's ripping the wings off of things. He's gouging their eyeballs out. All of a sudden he's real snappy and talking back. Oh, and then there's still some rebels. I mean, how the fuck do they rebuild? It's just Force Awakens. Totally different reasons than Phantom Menace 1. Zhong, 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 zhong. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, this looks really bizarre. Ooh. Okay, now that I've got it going on, yeah, buddy. Okay, so I just watched everything I just did. So here's what the movie should have been. All right. It's supposed to pick up after Return of the Jedi. If you remember the movie, it ends where the Empire is not only defeated, but Han and Leia are together. I love you. I know. They're together. They look over and they see Yoda and Obi-Wan and Anakin. There's Darth Vader. Like everything is so happy. So the next movie is called The Force Awakens. Well, The Force Awakens. It awakens with a new Jedi, with the Return of the Jedi. So this whole first movie really should have been told with one jump in time when the kids are older. But we need to see them rebuilding. You want to see Leia and Han together. Why are Han and Leia not together? Like, how did that happen? Why would we care about Han Solo? Why would we care about him? We don't want to find him the way we don't want to find him after going through this whole thing with him, to see him be not only just like when we first met him, but he's worse off. Like, he's totally worse off. We don't want to find him still just with Chewie batching it up, smuggling shit. That just doesn't make sense. They were freaking war heroes in the greatest war of all. So you want to see them be building the Force Awakens. It reawakens. It's woken up, and we see this rebuild, and you see Luke really continue. You see him step into who he is finally in that third movie, which makes it so fucking awesome. But to see him continue to step into his own, and to see this whole new way of life, this new order, and then to see that with good must exist evil, and you see darkness start to slowly creep in, and it's not, by senators or fucking politicians or, just thinking about it, like the family friend who molests your child and corrupts him, which is kind of what I think Smoke or Scout or Scroat or whatever the hell his name is. It's like, uh, um, okay, I got myself with that one. I need to calm down. Uh, but to see that build up and see, Luke obviously have a relationship with someone, because the only sexual things we see from him is when he's like intrigued by Leia and he and Han have that back and forth. But of course, you know, Luke and Leia turn out to be twin brother and sister. Um, uh, but to see it all be built and for you to really care about, yes, this is why I supported these characters. But then to see you care about them more because you see it fall apart. Did Leia start drinking? Art imitates life. Um, does Han, without having the greater adventure, does he kind of not really get Leia going anymore? I mean, she finds out that she's like a princess and all this shit. She already was a princess. And to see it fall apart, and then you didn't even really need to do a jump cut. Actually, it could have been the whole thing, and then to see, the nephew. I mean, movies do this all the time, where it's like, they flash forward, you can get an understanding of what a childhood. It's like you don't see people go to the bathroom, but they go to they take shit. So you don't see them turn 5, but they turned 5 when you see that they're 10. Um, and yeah, that should have been the whole first movie, honestly. And did it need to have like so many space fighting scenes? I mean, how many were in the first one? Um, did it need to have, you know, did it need to have a showdown, with the main bad guy? Um, no. But then again, this movie's just trying to retread everything. I mean, it's like R2D2 shows up, hologram, you know, help me, Obi-Wan, you're our only hope. Oh, it's this other droid. It has a map to Luke. Oh, it's our only hope. Um, uh, I mentioned it before, but the Han Solo and the catwalk. And okay, that wasn't the whole point of me filming again. Me filming again was the Force Awakens. So the whole first movie should have been picking up exactly where it left off. Um, and we should have spent some honeymoon time with them. What's wrong with that? It would have been awesome. Uh, and it would have been just like seeing the characters have fun with each other. I mean, why would you bring Harrison Ford and why would you bring Han Solo back just to kill him? Why would you do that? Unless you were gonna do it in the second movie, give us a whole movie at least to rekindle that romance that we've had for so fucking long, since 1977. It's 2015, and I mean, well, it's 2016 now. One day in, it's 2016. I mean, we've loved Han Solo and Leia. We've loved these characters for so long. Let's love them for longer. It would be cool if the action sequences were just like, I mean, how exciting and memorable was that? Just that scene on the Millennium Falcon where the little thing is shooting beams at him and he gets stung. Just rebuilding and maybe spending some time rounding up the villains that were still there. Senator Palpatine and like all that, the Emperor and all that kind of shit. Well, the Emperor, Darth Vader killed the Emperor. But I mean, it would have been cool to see them round up those people, and then to see them rebuild some of these civilizations that got decimated, and and then to see why it could fall apart, to see that good just can't exist as good. It needs evil, and that even evil can't exist without good. And, it would have been really awesome. Would have been really awesome, and not having to jump to so many action sequences. They could have really had fun with the puppets and with the costuming. Uh, did anyone else find it funny that that chick who's been there for 1,000 years, whatever her name is, that like one of the statues that got busted was her. I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, and just those other civilizations that got decimated. I mean, decimated without we were in. Oh, they're there and then they're gone. So why do we even care that they're gone? I don't care at all. Where's Lando? What happened to Lando? What's going on with the clouds in the sky? Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, finally, Lando's not the only black guy in the fucking galaxy far, far away. Time long, long ago. Finn better not be fucking related to Lando Calrissian. That'll be so retarded. Or if Lando actually shows up in the next one, that'd be so dumb. Where has he been? Where has he been? And if it's been 30 years, one last thing. If it's been 30 years, why does the Resistance still have the same fucking bullshit ships? And they look so dirty. And yet, the First Order had like brand new everything, man. Those TIE fighters were slick. I mean, everything was brand new. I mean, it was Lexus 2016 model, 17 now. But yeah, and then if they got all these droids that they can build, these artificial intelligences, you're gonna tell me they can't pull the hard drive off of an R2 unit that's not only obsolete, apparently, but also doesn't work. He's just on spare energy. They couldn't fix that. And the whole when Luke gets tempted by the dark side, that whole bit in the tree, and he Darth Vader approaches him and he strikes him down, and it's him. That's the whole being seduced by the dark side. Did they really have to kind of do all that in the first movie as such like a shrugged thing with Rey? Don't get me wrong, I love that actress. I couldn't take my eyes off her. She's great. Brings me to another thing though. Everybody seemed like their heights were weird. Like sometimes Leia looked like she was fucking 4'2", like wide and squat, and yeah, things like that. Like heights were all fucked up. And her stupid blue dress, like, yeah, she's just the dumb mayor from fucking Walking Dead, from Arlington, Alexandria. She's just the dumb mayor who's not good at anything, but is apparently something important. She didn't seem important. And they're like, I just don't want to think about it anymore. It's really not good. It wasn't a good movie. Now, I've been told that Hateful Eight, I've been told it sucks. I've also been told it's really good. I've also been told that Quentin Tarantino drops the N-word like 800 times. Why, Quentin? What's the point? I mean, Django wasn't that good. Daniel Tosh put it best when he said, "Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio like blushed and giggled the first time he said the word?" I mean, the first time you hear it is a voiceover when they're fighting, and it did sound a little He did sound like he wasn't sure. But Pulp Fiction. What he said it. He was in the movie like for 3 minutes. He said it like 6 times, and that was whoa. I don't know why he needed to do that, but he did it. It's memorable. Now I just think that you're putting too much into your friendship with Sam Jackson. Now, that's a good look. That is far out. Yeah, I'm gonna go see that. In 70 millimeter. It's a good thing I saved LSD. But I don't know. I think just smoking weed is plenty good. Because there are parts of the movie where all I wanted to do was just go play in the hallway and look at the carpet rather than watch the movie. rather than watch the movie. And it was freezing in there. And the glasses. Okay, bravo, JJ. You didn't fill your movie with totally static shots, and you didn't cast robotic actors. Although you didn't do your casting anyway, a fucking casting company did it. And like money and contracts that just have nothing to do with you. But I mean, good job getting a good performance. I thought for the most part out of everybody. But yeah, it was just not convincing. When you package something that we already know, most people aren't going to realize that they didn't get anything new, even though you tell them it's new. And most people are going to walk away really not that impressed. And I don't mean impressed like impressed, but I mean like impressed. Like they're not going to be impressed. It's not going to be an impressionable experience that is going to stick with them. Apparently, he's not even going to do the next two. And I already saw it was just all Star Wars commercials before. I've been saying since day one with Disney getting them that the best thing out of this is going to be, the theme park, which would be sweet. Get to run around Star Wars world with your lightsaber. And, I don't see any lawsuits happening there. And run onto the Millennium Falcon and get to be on a pod racer and a speeder and get to take your pictures with Ewoks. That's pretty dope. But, yeah. This movie should have been picked up right where we left off. I don't even care that they look older. They could have at least, they don't even look. Carrie Fisher. She doesn't look hot enough to be with Han Solo anymore. But marriage and children will do that to people. But Han has been such a changed man. We should have seen him still with her. He found, his one true love in the galaxy that made him care about something more than himself. You don't just turn that off, and we don't want to see him turn that off. Yeah, it should have been an awakening. And then the other side of it is the awakening of evil. Good can't last without evil. And with that, I think I can finally pass out. To post or not to post? What would James Rolfe do? He'd let Mike talk too goddamn much is what he'd do. All right, peace.